What do you make of this younger generation? Then a quarter of them, according to research, are teetotal. 08085 909 693. Now, those of you who are planning to drink over Christmas can end up costing the emergency services a fortune by getting into scrapes or needing stomach pumps. The NHS is trying to ease the pressure on 999 hospital staff by deploying drunk tanks. These are supervised porta cabins in town centres where people who are drunk can spend the night. That way, they don't clog up A&E. Kishan Rees is an NE doctor who's working over the Christmas period. Well, evening to you, Kishan.
Evening, Stephen. How you doing?
Good evening. So what's it like on an ordinary year before these drunk tanks appear then? What's the score?
Yeah, I mean, this 7 out of 10 or 70% figure that is widely being bandied around in the media is not something I or my colleagues relate to, really. Because certainly we don't see that many patients that are so inebriated that they would require these kind of services. And I mean, also alcoholism across the year is a problem. But I think there's human stories that are people are dealing with demons, whether it be divorce, depression, past child sexual abuse. And we shouldn't be tarring all patients with the same brush. I think we do have a problem with alcoholism in the country. And we need to offer a kind of caring, compassionate approach. And the whole term drunk tanks is fairly degrading, really.
How do they work? What will happen?
Well, I mean, we'll know more in terms of when there's an alcohol intoxication and management services report due out in 2019. So we'll know exactly how they work then and how they're operating. The idea is that the people can be allowed to sober up in an environment where they are kind of kept safe, but there may not be the medical support that's there when the patients are in that facility. And as a doctor, I call them patients. Even though they may be drunk or have had too much alcohol, because ultimately they may have other injuries. They may have a head injury, they may have an ankle fracture. They do need medical care as well, which wouldn't be offered potentially in these units.
So what happens then? How is it going to be triaged? If you like?
I think that's one of the real problems. That's one of the real concerns that doctors have with this. Firstly, because the number that's bandied around in terms of 7 out of 10 is nowhere near the problem. Is nowhere near the size of the problem that we face in A&E. The problem that we face is more due to understaffing. There's 100,000 vacancies, exodus of staff due to Brexit. It is not people that have had too much to drink that is causing the A&E service to collapse. It's a really complicated picture. But I think the whole idea of these is in town centres where people may drink a lot over Christmas. You put them in these people in these facilities because they take pressure off the police, who are also struggling, and take pressures off A&E, who are also struggling for other reasons.
Do you ever see people get really seriously self-inflicted injuries from drinking at Christmas? I'm not talking about falls, I'm talking about internal organs.
Long term, obviously drinking a lot over a long period of time, you'll get liver damage, and you can get very sick. I've seen patients who are alcoholics for whatever reasons, and they become very, very poorly. But to be honest, I see more patients coming in that want help for detox services, but we have to turn them away because the funding has been cut for detox services. In 2017 alone, £40 million was cut from the budget for detox services across the UK, which is a real shame.
Kishan, thank you. Nice to talk to you this evening. Thank you very much indeed.